My long-distance relationship with my boyfriend felt like a delicate flower, wilting under the distance. He was a total knockout, while I was, well, average-looking, maybe a little on the chubby side. But no matter what anyone said, we'd make time for video calls every day, doing silly, pointless things that made us laugh. I wanted to surprise him, so I saved up and booked a flight to London. I waited outside his apartment late one night, ready to burst in and be romantic like in the movies. Instead, I saw him come home, laughing and chatting with this gorgeous, all-American-looking blonde. The smile froze on his face when he saw me. He quickly dropped her hand, saying, "It's not what it looks like, I promise." "Why didn't you call when you landed?" "London isn't like back home, it's not that safe," Liam said, pulling off his jacket and putting it over my shoulders. He grabbed my hand, which was probably purple from the cold. I pulled my hand away, trying to stay calm. "I did call. It just wasn't him who answered." Liam looked confused, and the blonde next to him spoke up. "Oh, that was my bad, Liam. You were in that conference call, and your phone was on the table, so I just answered it for you. I told her you'd call back, but I guess your phone died after that. I'm so sorry." She was stunning, one of those girls that everyone notices immediately. It was the first time I'd seen someone that beautiful in real life. She stood next to Liam, a perfect picture. The blonde buttoned up my jacket. "Don't be mad at Liam. It was my fault. You didn't have a bad time, did you?" I shook my head. "No, not really." She glanced at Liam with an easy confidence. "Make sure she tells you if anyone messed with her. Liam won't let me hear the end of it." Liam laughed. "Yeah, who dare mess with you? Your posse of admirers would come after me." "Oh, by the way," Liam added, "this is my girlfriend, Ava. Ava, this is Madison, a friend from school." Madison, what a perfect name for her. It matched her bright, bubbly personality. It wasn't until Madison went upstairs with Liam that I asked him, "You guys live together?" Madison chimed in playfully. Liam rolled his eyes, but with a smile. Yeah, Madison's old place had some sketchy people hanging around, so it wasn't safe for her to be there alone. I had a spare room here. Madison nudged him with her elbow, laughing as if he's safer than anyone. "All guys are dangerous, aren't they, Ava?" I didn't say anything. Liam brought me to his room. The decorations were still what we had picked out together on our calls. He pulled out a blanket and a pillow. "You came all the way here by yourself? You didn't need to. I'd have come home soon anyway. I'm only here for a year. It's almost over." In Liam's mind, I was still the small-town girl who'd never even been on a plane. I had zero travel experience, let alone flying across the ocean to a foreign country. "Yeah, guess my timing wasn't great," I said. I didn't bring up him holding Madison's hand when they came home. The emotions had drained out of me while I waited for him that night. The notes on my laptop, the elaborate plans I made, all felt like a joke. I was just numb when I saw Liam and Madison walking towards me, laughing together. I should have seen the signs. The last month or so, everything had changed. Ever since Liam mentioned he'd joined that project, our routine crumbled. From daily video chats, telling each other every single detail about our day, to excuses about how busy he was and his silence. The time difference felt like a massive wall. Even when Liam, who hated academics, suddenly started attending these extra project sessions, even when he became distant, I still held on to the hope that he was just busy. If he was too busy to call, I would go see him. "You know I didn't mean it that way." Liam buried his face in my neck, like he used to do. "This project has been crazy. I've been so exhausted. I'm so sorry I've been ignoring you, Ava." I used the excuse of taking a shower to get away from his touch. When I got back, he wrapped an arm around my waist, his voice low. "I've missed you so much." "Liam, it's that time of the month," I mumbled. Liam pulled back, kind of annoyed. His phone lit up. He got a message. He turned the lamp back on and opened his laptop. I gotta do some more work on the project. You should get some sleep. I watched him open the files. He didn't change a single thing, yet he took a bunch of pictures of his screen, while checking his phone every minute. He smiled nonstop. Half an hour later, he suddenly looked at me. "Oh, I'm sorry, Ava. Just gotta tweak one thing. I've been super busy with the project lately, and it's not the kind of thing you'd get into. Oh, you know, Madison looks like a total sweetheart, but man, she's fierce when she's in a debate. She destroyed the other teams. Her English is so smooth. It's insane, even the guys are in awe." There was pride in his voice when he said her name. "Do you know her pretty well, Liam?" It was a simple question, but Liam reacted as if I'd thrown a rock at him. "Ava, are you really going to do this? I'm tired, and you're here for such a short time. I don't want us to fight." Liam had been the most popular guy at school. Girls were constantly after him, stuffing love letters into his locker. He wasn't the best student, but he was great at sports, video games, and just about anything else. And he was always upbeat and happy. Because I was friendly with Liam, I often got tangled up in the rumors and the chatter. The more popular he became, the more ordinary I felt. But Liam never cared. We'd walk to school together, go to the movies on the weekends, and he'd even buy me gifts when I was sad. When I tried to distance myself from him in high school, he freaked out. He started telling girls who confessed their feelings that I already like someone. "Ava," he said. It was the first time I heard him say he liked me. "What's not to like about Ava?" He said, "She's kind, smart, and sings like an angel." He listed my qualities. Then he asked me if I'd be his girlfriend. I said yes, because I liked him too. But nothing changed. It seemed that looks were the most important thing at that age. He was blessed with good looks, I wasn't. When our pictures went online, people made nasty comments. They said I was plain, that my figure was terrible, that I was an embarrassment to Liam. Someone even photoshopped my face onto a picture of the head cheerleader, saying, "This is better." Liam got even angrier than I did. He confronted them online, saying that I was better than all of them combined and that I was the most beautiful person in his eyes. He knew I was insecure, so he'd always tell me I was cute and buy me flowers. I started spending time trying to dress better, trying to do my makeup. It made no difference, except my grades dropped. Liam wiped off my eyeliner and lipstick. "Ava, I like you. You don't need to change." We were both under pressure, but we stayed together for 3 years. Then came graduation. He wasn't accepted into the college he wanted, and his parents sent him overseas. I got into a top college. When he left, I sobbed. He comforted me, saying, "You're amazing, Ava. I should be worried about you leaving me. We'll video call every day. I'll only be gone for a year, and then I'm coming back for you." He even introduced me to his family to show me he was serious about us. I thought we were safe, that we could handle 1 year apart. I underestimated the time difference and the distance. Liam was about to close his laptop when we heard glass shatter next door. He rushed out of the room. I stopped him, trying to sound normal. "Where are you going?" "Sounds like Madison had an accident. I need to check on her." Funny how he went running even when she didn't call him. Liam was gone for 2 hours. His phone was still in the room. I accidentally touched it, and the screen lit up. It was Madison's picture as the wallpaper, smiling in front of some amusement park. I knew that place. Liam had posted a picture at that amusement park before. It was a group outing. I was surprised because he hated places like that. He had even promised me that someday we'd go to the amusement park I wanted to visit. I thought I was his exception. Turns out, I wasn't the only one. His walls were down with a different girl. Something inside made me type his password, which was still our anniversary. He'd pinned Madison on his chat list. Their chats were never-ending, from what they ate to fun things at school, getting her small gifts, ordering her takeout, and inviting her out. Turns out, his desire to share hadn't disappeared, it had just been transferred to someone else. Every time he said he was tired or busy, he was having fun with Madison. His social media had pictures that I had never seen. And then there was that one comment which stood out: "When are you and Madison going public, Liam?" I put the phone down. Where was I supposed to go? I'd come all this way, and now what? It was almost 3 a.m. when Liam finally got back. He looked guilty. "I'm so sorry, Ava. I should be spending time with you, but Madison had a little accident. We're all here alone, you know, we should all look out for each other. You understand, right?" I turned away. "What happened?" "Oh, nothing serious. She broke a thermos and got a bit of a burn. Not serious enough to spend 3 hours with her." Liam sensed my mood. "Ava, you don't need to be jealous of Madison, she's a good person. You could totally be friends." He actually thought we'd get along. Any time he talked about Madison, it was filled with praise and concern. "I'm tired." It wasn't worth fighting over it. The long flight and waiting had worn me down. The next morning, Liam said he didn't have classes, and that he could spend the day with me. He was all cheerful. "Ava, you're here. I took time off from my project and from my advisor, it's girlfriend time." I didn't tell him that I had already booked a return flight. He insisted on taking me out, making up for the night before. We went to a couple of places, all in the shopping district. He chose high-end jewelry stores. He was more interested in them than I was. I never went to places like that. Even though he was with me, Liam kept looking at his phone. Then, he'd act like he was trying to make it up to me. "These are famous British brands. Pick something you like, I'll buy it for you." "Since when are you into this stuff?" I asked. He'd never been interested in jewelry or makeup before, let alone pick out a place like that as a date spot. "Madison told me about it. She said girls like this stuff. It's true you don't really have anything like that." Then, he stopped and bought a necklace before I could say anything. "Oh, it's for Madison's birthday. She's been wanting this for a while. I just got it for her." I tried to laugh. "Well, can we go then?" Liam looked a bit guilty. "Ava, I'm only here with you. Pick something, I'll buy it." I just grabbed a random one. "How about this one?" Liam flinched when he saw it. "Ava, let's pick a different one. I already bought that for Madison." I raised an eyebrow. "So what? Can't we have the same necklace?" Liam looked frustrated. "Can you please stop? I don't want to tell you this, but I am doing you a favor. You will be compared to Madison if you have the same thing as her. Do you want other people commenting on it?" In his opinion, the necklace was the perfect gift for Madison. With me, it would be a disaster. I just nodded. It was the same old story. I'd been so self-conscious that I'd barely eaten, hidden myself under hats, and always worn loose clothes to hide my figure. Liam used to be the one who encouraged me, telling me that I deserved the best. I'd pushed through the cruel words. I used to be able to laugh it off. Liam used to build up my confidence. He knew which words made me crash. I was used to random people saying it. But hearing that from Liam felt like a punch to the gut. He knew how much pressure I was under. I held back my tears. Liam ran his hand through his hair and ended up buying me that necklace. "Ava, I didn't mean it that way." He put it around my neck, just as Madison showed up at the store with a pretty cute guy. He was just as good looking as Liam. Liam got nervous, really nervous. Madison saw the necklace, and her eyes began to tear up. The guy she was with hugged her. I just stood there and looked at Liam, waiting for his next move. He didn't hesitate, he ran after Madison when she walked away. 6. I took off the necklace and told the sales assistant that I wanted to return it. The girl thought for a moment. "It's okay to return it, but you look very pretty wearing it. You deserve the finer things in life." Kind words from a stranger always hurt the most. "Thank you, but I still want to return it." I had the money, but I had nowhere to go. I didn't know my way around. Liam wasn't answering his calls. And my luggage was at his place. I went back and sat on the steps, waiting. My phone was down to 10%. Liam finally called. The background was noisy, like he was in a bar or something. "Hey, Ava, sorry, can you just hang out for a bit? I can't leave right now. My things are at your place, and my phone is almost dead." Liam thought about it. "Okay, I'll text you an address, come there and grab the keys, okay?" I went to the bar. Someone led me to a booth after I told them I was with Liam. The air was thick with smoke and alcohol. I found Liam and asked him for the keys. A guy looked me over and asked, "Is this your cousin?" Liam looked uncomfortable. "She's my girlfriend," he mumbled. Oh, the tone was all too familiar. It was the same condescending tone that everyone had in the past. "You like her?" The other guys were like, "We thought you'd be with Madison." Liam shook his head, laughing. "Madison's amazing. Guys are lining up for her." "Madison likes you, dude, everyone can see that. Tell her, man, you don't want to hurt Madison." I cut into the chat. "We're done, guys, he can go after Madison now." Then I grabbed the keys and left. Behind me, I heard, "Finally, the ugly girl's gone and, we're waiting for you to go public with Madison." I didn't care. My heart was numb. I packed my things and was about to leave when my advisor called. "Ava, I saw that you took a trip to London. Are you still there?" "Yes, sir. My flight is a bit later today." "Can you extend your stay? We have a project exchange with T University. You can handle the presentation. We'll pay for it all." T University? It was Liam and Madison's school. "Is there an issue?" "No, sir." "Oh, and my old friend is in M-City, give him a call if you need anything. I already talked to him. He's going to help you." A new contact request came through. "Hey, Ava, I'm Ethan." After I accepted, Ethan heard my story and found me a place to stay. It's closer to campus and far from the rough neighborhood. It's safer. Stay there for a couple of days. I was about to reply okay, when another message came. "Sorry, I wasn't thinking, your advisor said that you had never traveled out of the country before. Send me your address, I'll come get you." I messaged okay. I waited outside with my luggage. Liam suddenly showed up. He started yelling, "What the hell is this, Ava, why are you acting up?" I stepped away. "It's over." "Why? You flew all the way here, you must love me. You're just being a drama queen. I already told them you're my girlfriend." I was done with the cold. "Is saying that I'm your girlfriend something to be proud of, Liam?" He just stared at me. "Liam, I'm done with this relationship. I've been with you for too long, I'm exhausted." "We can break up," he replied, "but you'll have to explain it to my parents." His parents loved me. They always said that I was the one who could keep Liam on the right track. I said, "No, your parents will be happy with your new girlfriend." Liam groaned. "My parents don't want me to date someone who's just pretty." I didn't say anything. Maybe he realized that I was finally serious. "Are you sure you want to do this? Everyone cares about looks these days. Who else would love you?" I stared at him. "Do you remember why you liked me in the first place?" He didn't say anything. "It's okay, it's normal to forget. If you remembered, we wouldn't be breaking up. We'd been together for so long that the reason why we got together was a bit foggy. We'd stopped appreciating it." A car pulled up. Madison showed up as well. "Liam, you didn't eat anything and I was worried about you. You guys are like a package deal." I snapped. Madison was teary-eyed. "If it's because of me, we can't be together. I am sorry, but please don't be mean to Liam, it hurts him." She was clearly concerned for Liam. I was the bad guy again. Liam pulled her close. "You didn't do anything, it's okay." "Liam, I think I know why this is happening. I bet she looked through your phone. You know that's the only reason. She was right. I nodded. Ava, how could you check my phone without my permission? We didn't do anything wrong. You're making her look bad. Did I make her look bad? I asked. Since he grabbed her hand, I have been keeping quiet. It was just his way of showing his bias, trying to paint me as the worst person he'd ever met. You are just jealous. You should be happy for Madison. A Mercedes slammed the brakes. The horn was loud. Liam was trying to yell at the driver, but the driver just opened the door, fixed his suit and went straight to me. Madison touched her hair when she saw him. I looked hard at him. He walked over. Ava? I am Ethan. I nodded. Nice to meet you. Ethan grabbed my suitcase and said, let's go, get in the car. The car pulled away. I couldn't help laughing, remembering Madison's face. Ethan saw me and said, why did you keep talking nicely to them? After everything they did? I guess that's just how I am. I had no self-esteem. You know, you could learn a couple of curse words. You can't always be nice. He thought about it. Nah, forget it. You should stay the way you are. It's good. Your advisor gave you the files, right? You should review them. You're presenting at T University, remember? You'll listen to their presentations and give them feedback. Me. Ethan touched my head. You're going to be great. I looked at their work. It's full of problems. You'll be fine. Over the next few days, I focused on the presentations. Liam's parents called. They had heard about the breakup. Ava, did you and Liam fight? He can be a bit of a fool sometimes, give him a break. I said calmly, we've broken up. We're adults. This is our final decision. We know Liam. He likes you. You moved over there for him, right? I used to like him. I don't anymore. Please don't try to change my mind. Then, another unknown number called. I answered it. Ava, what did you tell my parents? You're breaking up with him. Why are you dragging Madison down with you? I just hung up and blocked the number. I wanted to go home. To get away from here. The day before I had to present at T University, Ethan sent me their project papers. Liam and Madison's team was one of them. I couldn't help but laugh. This was the project that he was working so hard on? The presentation hall was packed. I was backstage, preparing my slides, when I saw Liam and Madison again. They were standing together, waiting to copy their presentation. Liam quickly let go of her hand when he saw me, staring at me like he was about to say something. I walked past them and put my slides on the computer. Madison was arguing with Liam. Even putting the file on the computer became a fight. It was annoying, so I stepped outside. Ethan saw them and laughed. Small world, huh? You nervous? I was not. I glanced at their files. How did they get their project approved? Ethan shrugged. I don't know. The presentation started. I went up to the stage and introduced myself. Madison frowned when she saw me. Ava, the professor beside her said, you know her? She's talented. Her advisor is a top in her field. If you want to be good, you should learn from her. A guy from Liam's group scoffed, she's his ex. The professor was shocked, she dumped him? What a loss. Liam just stared at me. I ignored him and talked clearly and confidently about our team's work. The audience applauded. I've heard that Professor Chen has an outstanding student. She's very impressive, the teacher said. I stepped down from the stage and took a seat. Then, Liam and his team presented. They were in shambles. They couldn't remember their lines and the slides were a mess. I frowned. Madison stood silently on the stage, looking defeated. The audience was clearly upset. She's pretty, but terrible at making slides, someone whispered. People are all looks these days. The microphone was passed to me. Their work is lacking, especially the organization. I suggest they work on the foundation before thinking about anything else. And they could improve on how they present. Madison looked embarrassed. Ethan leaned close. Apparently, Madison was seeing two guys at the same time. Both are on the same team. They're both fighting over her. Plus, she's dating a professor. It looks like she did it so she could get her name as the lead on that project. He added, and your ex-boyfriend is also a fool. He fell for that. I remembered the guy from the jewelry store. That was probably her other boyfriend. He added, turns out, her other boyfriend isn't just sitting back. He is trying to expose her. Maybe she thinks she's so beautiful she can do anything, but honestly she isn't. You're talking too much, I said. Oh, did you finally grow some claws? You're not so nice anymore, Ethan replied. I skipped the dinner, wanting to go home. Liam ran after me, looking desperate. His hair was messy. Ava, wait. I called you but you didn't answer. What do you need? He looked uncomfortable. He didn't say anything. Are you still mad? I shook my head. He was relieved Ava, Madison and I were never together. I just said and. He looked defeated. Can we try again? No, I said flatly. Liam saw Ethan and laughed. I see, now I get it. You came to see someone else, not me. All the talk about love was fake. He added, and you, Ethan, she's probably on her period. It's probably a bad time. Slap. I slapped him hard across the face. Don't you ever speak again. After that day, the professor's real wife found the school and showed all the evidence of their affair. It was horrible. Madison was begging everyone for forgiveness, including Liam. It did nothing for her. She was expelled. Liam's team lost funding. Their scandal became the talk of the town. When Liam returned home, he found me. He looked so tired. He wasn't the charming guy that he used to be. Ava, remember when you asked me why I loved you? I never forgot. I remember you helping me with everything. You made my parents and my teachers like me. I remember how kind you were. He was right. He was a rebel. I remember he was always breaking rules. He was about to be expelled. But I wanted him to stay. I talked to his parents and to his teachers. Everyone loved a nice girl like me, so they were a bit lenient and forgave Liam. They told me to stop hanging out with Liam. I stayed with him, even when they tried to keep us apart. I was young and in love. We did things together until high school. But now, I didn't love him anymore. Even the memories with him felt bland. I looked at him and nodded. I don't think we should see each other again. Ethan saw everything. He realized how amazing you are, and is trying to come back to you. I remembered everything. Do people who are good-looking really get it easier? Everyone has their strengths. Some are good-looking, some are smart. You realize that it's always better to focus on yourself. Use your time to be better at your craft than to try to be pretty. It will pay off better. Then, I finally moved past my insecurities, not because of empty compliments. I became more confident by being better at my job. Then, no one tried to attack me using my looks. I looked into the distance. I deserve better. I deserve a better future.